Let's move on to. I guess we'll just go to you guys finally, man, and then just
No.
well, we have to do it. So let's just do it. Let's just get it out of the way, guys. You
Yeah.
know, no, it's not being
Yeah.
the greatest couple of games for you, man. But we have to talk about it. Talking about it is the half of the problem solved. So so we can do your little therapy here, and hopefully you feel better after this, man.
Oh
All
my
right,
god.
two. Well, actually three, because if you want to go back to the Bournemouth game,
Yeah.
you go to Wolves and get destroyed there,
Mm-hmm.
and then the calamity of the game that was Newcastle. I mean, that Newcastle game, 2-0 flatters you guys, honestly, for 30 minutes. It was just men against boys. And I'm just going to go back to what I said in the last video about you guys, is that Amorim, I mean, if you carry on like that, you just, and the talk this week, it was just most of the Man U fans that I've been hearing, they're just talking about relegation right now, which is, I'm thinking about when you talk about United, right? But I mean, if you carry on doing this is not going to be unthinkable anymore. It's going to be the reality. This is exactly what I said last week, that I understand you have a plan and you want to stick to it, but if you don't have the players for it, how long do you carry on without getting the results? I mean, this is going to be painful. He has to find a solution. In this game against Newcastle, when I'm looking at the starting lineup. You playing two in the middle against three, but not just any two. You playing the oldest two guys in the team that have no legs at all in Casemiro and what's his name? Ericsson.
Yeah.
Against three monsters,
bro, monsters.
People that can run for 7 days non-stop.
Literally.
I mean, what chance do you have? I mean, poor Amad Diallo, man. Every time he touched the ball, there was like 15 players around him.
3, 4, 5, bro.
Because they knew that he was the only threat. And if that is nullified, no one else could do it. I mean, did I see it wrong?
That's exactly right, man. I mean, you said it line for line. Precisely, Just back on Amorim, we talked about it indeed last week. From what he said, we talked about that as well. What he said, what he thinks. I kind of agree with him, especially that's an issue we've just had. We've just had that issue with Ten Hag, So he's going to have to find a middle ground. That's the thing. You're going to have to find a compromise between not compromising your ideology, but still finding a way to get results. And I think the best way to do that is to not play defenders for the wing-back positions. That's the one thing that's been killing us.
Yeah.
You put
then you don't play wing-backs because you don't really have. But
play wing-backs.
Ahmad can play on the right wing-back. We've seen him do that. But on the left, who do you put there?
That's the question. That's what he's got to figure out. I think he can test things out that way rather than testing the defenders on either side, because that kills us. Dalo up there cannot do anything. Mazwari up there.
But he's not a wingback.
He's not a wingback, exactly. Yeah. So, and he's been putting him there as of recent, So I don't know who he's gonna put there. Malacia is not up to speed. I don't know if he wants to try somebody there just to see a Bruno or somebody. I don't know.
Bruno wingback.
I know. Having defenders there just doesn't work. That's the one thing.
You might want, maybe the only one that I could maybe see doing that is probably Garnacho, but you just have to talk to him. You have to sit down and talk to him and be like, yo, because being a wingback, you have to be disciplined, man.
Yeah.
But then again, if you play Garnacho and Ahmad at wingback, you're missing something going forward as well. I mean, we've seen the poor Xerxes getting booed up. I mean, that was harsh from you guys, man. I mean, the guy is 22. Come on, man.
And in defense to that, like that was obviously the big topic of this week, playing against Newcastle. Xerxes getting hooked after 30 minutes. The manager saw that it wasn't working, so it was like, hey, let me make this call right here. And I think, yeah, the fans, they were wrong for doing that, but I don't think it was necessarily directly aimed at Xerxes. I think it was really like aimed
Just
at
a
the
general frustration, yeah.
general
Yeah.
Because
frustration.
you were being played off the park. It should have been 5 or 6 at halftime.
They did clap him when he came back. When he came back out from the.
Yeah, I saw his section just trying to encourage him, but I mean,
Yeah.
you could see that his confidence was shot. Like he went straight down the tunnel, right?
It
Yeah.
was pretty messed up. But yeah, I mean, all I can say to conclude with this bad run of performance we've been having, I think it's 4 losses in a row, 4 or 5 now. So yeah, he has to fix it. He has to fix it. We're hoping for any deals to be possible this January window. We're hoping for exits, but also incomings. But until that's completely solidified, I think you said it right, Jan. I think he needs to try Garnacho, as a wing back, Ahmad on the other end. Try Mainu up there, try Mainu as a 10, try maybe Bruno alongside him as a 10, Oyland there. I think he just needs to keep trying, he just needs to keep rotating and trying, and he's gonna get criticized for something. If he keeps trying too much, they're gonna be, oh, why do you keep trying? If he settles for a team, they're gonna be, oh, why don't you try? There's no right way for him to go right now. The only right way is to get to the results. And again, he cannot necessarily sacrifice his ideology, because that's what Ten Hag did and was never able to revert back to it. So is it going to be classed as that? There's so many kind of things hanging in the air. So yes, we worried with the next few games we have to play. Crazy run of games we have right now. We might as well just turn the lights out and come back.
You have, but you obviously have Liverpool next, and then you have us in the cup before you go to Southampton. Southampton is looking like a 6-pointer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it has to be. It has to be at this point. Yeah, it has to be a 6-pointer at this point. And like Freddie said. I mean, Freddie said most of it. Like, he has to find a way to still play his ideas and get results. Because I mean, like we said, like when he came in, that this is a freebie for him to like try stuff at least until the end of the season. But I mean, you can't get the club relegated. I know it's not. It's not that much of a freebie.
You have to at least finish 16th,
Yeah, like come on, like it's not that much of a freebie. And I know it's not all his fault and stuff, but
you know what? I've heard outrageous United fans out there be like, "Oh, maybe relegation won't be a bad thing for us." I'm like, you guys don't.
No, they don't know what they're talking about. If you get relegated, the club is done. To come back. Like the club is done. To come back will take so many years. But like what I was saying, well, what I think is that he needs to play those wingers. I think that's when we played our best football when he first came. When we had at least one winger. It doesn't have to be both sides. But if it's Ahmad or if it's Garnacho, put one winger on one side and then you can put a defender on the other side. At least we have that balance. But when you have Mazraoui, who's not really, and he's not really like an attacking fullback. He's more of a like them third center back type fullbacks, like them Timber type fullbacks, Calafiori that you guys do. He's not really the guy that's gonna get down the line and put crosses in. So you have him at wing back. Dalot tries to do that, but I just think he needs a rest. I think he's played too many.
This guy is lost.
I think you guys are a little bit harsh on Dalot, man. I think it's done all right for you guys. It's been one of your better.
No, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying he needs a rest. He just needs a rest. He's just like he's played like I don't know.
I'm not saying you particularly, but I've seen like around, like I said, just like people just
because he hasn't been to the level he showed us, like last season.
He's still been better than most.
He's been better than most, of course.
He's been better than most. And I think that's one thing as well. Obviously, now the frustration before was Ten Hag. Everything was Ten Hag or whatever happens is Ten Hag's fault. And now obviously Ten Hag is gone. The frustration has to go somewhere. So now it's the players. So every player in the team apparently seems to be a championship player, and I'm like, come on, guys, like let's relax,
right.
like the team is not that, yeah, they're all completely terrible all of a sudden. Like, I mean, come on, like so. Like, I mean, he needs to find a way to win games. I think he may even need to move away from the 3, but I do like the 3. I wish he could find a way to make it work. I don't know if we're going to get people in or out. We'll see. Apparently, we don't have much money for that. So I'm not very optimistic. But yeah, next 2 games, get a battering. And then, Southampton. Yeah, just take your battering and move on, and then Southampton we try and get a win.
So on that, what scoreline would be respectable for you guys?
What, against Liverpool?
Yeah. Wow. Like is 6 like the most you'll take? Or
no, honestly, like I know we joke about it, but I feel like those games rarely happen like we think they will. Like they rarely, like it's rarely like, oh, it's gonna.
Especially when it's been built up like this, you know. When
exactly.
Yeah, I got a big feeling that you guys could actually come out with a sneaky no draw out there, man.
I mean, that would be a win for us.
That's a long.
I mean, I want you to do it. I'll be supporting you guys. I need Liverpool to drop points somewhere. They're like, the 6 points ahead with a game in hand. I mean, come on, man.
That'd be big for us. That'd be massive for us, and we'll have to see. But I mean, it's looking peak. I mean, like everybody was when Bruno got the red. Everybody was like, "Oh, Bruno is gonna be out." You see, without Bruno, we're even as more.
Without Bruno, without Bruno, there's just nothing. There's
nothing.
There's no. Creativity out there. I mean, Bruno is who he is. He's gonna be that guy that is like Marmite. You either love him or you hate him, right?
Yeah.
But he brings a lot to that team, and when he's not there, it shows. I mean, this guy is the only guy that has any ounce of creativity in that team. I think maybe Kobe Mainoo can do it, but he has to be given more. I think he has to be given more responsibility as well, and you have to give him the leeway as well to make his mistakes because he's only 19, 20. So you have to give him the leeway as well to do that.
And that's one thing as well. Sorry to interrupt. That's one thing as well. I'm like, at this point, like, why are we still seeing Casemiro and Eriksen?
That was criminal. I mean, that's criminal. I mean, I could play against these 2 guys and still look good, you know.
Anybody can play against them. Like at this point where we're so
suicidal. And like, it showed as soon as Kobe Mainoo came in, as soon as you guys look 10 times better.
Yeah,
like 10 times better. Because
why are we playing these guys? Why are we playing these guys? And even Mazraoui can do a job in midfield that would be better than these guys. Like we have that kid Toby Collier. He's a good kid. Play him. Play these kids. Euro. Like Martinez is. I mean, I love Martinez, but he's been very bad this season.
Yeah, he's been terrible.
Like play Euro, let him get used to the league. You know, like play these kids and at least get some experience for them. You know,
they have to play. They have to play at some point, and if it's not working, like I was saying, just try something different because you need, like Freddie said, you need results. I mean, there's only so far that this. I'm the new guy is gonna take you.
Exactly.
He can't get this team relegated. But let's move on to. Let's move on to Arsenal, who had 2 decent results. I mean, 2 wins. I thought it was 2 decent results. A lot of Arsenal fans were not happy, especially with the Ipswich game.
Yeah,
and I mean, and some of the fans as well I saw out there were not too happy with the performance against Brentford.
Why are you guys so depressed, man? You guys are such a depressed fan base. You guys are such a depressed fan base. I don't know why you guys are so depressed.
It's just these Arsenal fans, they're just entitled. And I don't know where it lies from. Yeah, like, I mean, there's we can do a little bit of banter here and there. You know, everybody's gonna defend it too. But there's these Arsenal fans, there's just I don't know why they're so entitled. I mean, you haven't won anything of note for so long, right? No. But you still think that, you know, this team has to go out there every week and entertain you. And win. Right now, I'm taking any wins, however I can get. I'm taking it. And like in these 2 games, the performance wasn't that bad. I mean, I've seen people crying after Ipswich like we lost the game 5-0. I'm like, yo, what is going on? I know it's Ipswich and everybody expects you to go and smash in 5-6. Come on, man. Right now, you're chasing the leaders. Mm-hmm. You have to get 3 points. That has to be your main, however you get it. However you get it. And I didn't even think the performance was that bad. I mean, it wasn't a great performance against Ipswich. It was kind of a ball fest, you know. I mean, we've gone through, especially the last couple of years, we were probably the best team in terms of playing football, right? What did that get us? Nothing. Second. I mean, I'll go around and, you know, defend my second place against you guys, against any other fans, all I want. But deep down, I know that's not a trophy. It's second. You know, it doesn't give you anything. So there's that. Or you can go a little bit pragmatic or just, you know, but you still get the wins. And what do you want in the end? Right now, I don't think that Arsenal is in a position to, 1, want the win, and 2, want the performance that comes with it. Right, I'm the guy who's like, yo, I want the win first, however we get it. If the performance comes in, then so be it. And I'll be happy for that. But if it's not there, but I still get the 3 points, I still get the 3 points. Because at the end of the day, I've seen Arsenal play the most beautiful football in the country for years. I know we have that in us, right? But right now, I think Arteta is like, yo, been that. You know what I mean? I just need a trophy. And he knows he needs a trophy. He needs something, right? However he's going to get it, he's going to get it. And I don't even think, I mean, the game before that, I think it was Everton. I think that Everton was the worst game I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was a draw.
That was a bad game. That I understand. But against Ipswich, I mean, I think at some point we had like 93% possession. The guys came and parked the bus. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
I mean, get your goal and then just go with it. It's Ipswich. You know they ain't going to hurt you. So, I mean, you get your goal. You suffered to get a goal. You got your goal nice and early. Ipswich not doing anything. But if they're not going to do anything and park the bus, I mean, it's up to them to come out to come and equalize, right? And against Brentford, I thought we played well. I thought we dominated well. I thought we dominated them, but I still see, you know, Arsenal fans out there just having a meltdown. I don't understand it. I mean, it's just me. Or how did you see it?
It's the word you said, man. It's the entitlement for some of these fans. Yeah. I mean, you said it well right there. That's a great summary of these at least last 2 games. The Everton game, that was the weird one. Honestly, did not think it was going to end up with a draw. Especially, I believe, is it Everton that equalized? If I'm correct, I remember watching that game at least. It's like,
no, that was 0-0. I think Everton was 0-0.
It was 0-0. Okay, yes. Okay, yeah. So maybe I got my memory a little mixed up, but yeah, it was. From what I remember, at least, it was a pretty dead game, a pretty boring game. But we know what
it was a boring game, man. I felt the same way that game. There was nothing. There was nothing. Everton did nothing. We did nothing. Nobody did nothing. I don't think even any goalkeeper made a decent save.
Right? A decent save, right? See, Everton, you know what you're going to get from there. They're going to come. They're going to park the bus like nobody's business. So it's really like, okay, on the day, can you break them up and stuff. So I think that's a decent run for Arsenal, man. You got a draw against Everton, got a close win against Ipswich, and then you guys pretty much destroyed Brentford, I think.
I thought so. I thought we destroyed it.
I think so.
Mean, how many teams go to Brentford and get results? I mean, there's been unbeaten, I think, this year before this one.
At home, yeah. So, and ahead of this game, I really thought they could do a trick on you guys because, you know, when there's a bit of pressure, we know how you know, Arsenal can get. And Brentford is the type of place where you can easily lose points there, you know. So it is a great result, honestly. A nice 3-1 without one of your best players, with one of your old players, prospect, coming back to life more and more in Yeah, I think. I hope it's not going to be a distraction to the fact that you guys still need a striker. But with him in this form, you guys can go a little bit further, because that's the Gabriel Jesus you guys need, man. In the box, on and around, I mentioned it last time. He needs to be just focused on scoring goals, and I think that's
it just needs to be around the box. Look at this. His goal against Brentford was just what you want to see.
Exactly.
This is a number 9 opportunistic goal.
That's right.
You're there at the right place, right time, and then you're just being opportunistic. No, you can do the twists and turns and all that. Yeah, that's right. He looks good at that. But as a number 9, that's your bread and butter. That's where you gotta be. That's where you gotta be on these rebounds, on these things.
Exactly.
That's how most prolific number 9s. That's what they feed off. They feed off with one-touch finishes and all that. So. Yeah. Yes, but that's not gonna fool us in knowing that we do need a striker, and right now we do need as well, an attacking winger as well to compensate for. I thought Nwaneri came in and just it didn't look out of place out there. The kid is good.
Yeah, the kid is good.
But 17 years old. 17, man.
Yeah,
that's not going to be sustainable for in the long run. We do need something out there, and but I'm sure. We are one of the few teams that actually have a little bit of money there to spend.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And if we actually as well, get rid of a couple like Kieran Tierney, and even he can give us maybe a little bit of money. Even what's his name, defender Kivior, if he can get us at least 25 mil. We can add that to the kitty as well. But there's definitely something that we need to do up front, because again, we're getting the wins. It's a little bit more pragmatic. People want to see the free flowing Arsenal. It's not going to happen, especially with Saka out right now, and Odegaard still getting back to fitness because he's not 100% fit yet.
Right.
But we have to get the results.
Yeah. Like you guys said it mainly. The Ipswich game was pretty dead. I remember watching that game. I was like, damn, like nothing's happening. After that goal from Havertz especially, it was just like a dead game until I think that the last 10 minutes, like Ipswich tried or made it seem like they were trying, but like they were happy to leave with 1-0. Were like, so yeah. The Brentford game, I saw the highlights after. I didn't actually see the game, but obviously keeping track of the score, I see Brentford 1-0. I'm like, oh shit, like they might do it, like this is that might be where they lose points, and then I see Raya on Instagram like fumbling balls. I'm like, what's going on?
He was bored. He had to do something. He was bored. After conceding the goal, he had nothing else to do.
He had nothing to do.
Especially it's his old club. He has to remind them that this is what I was.
No, but yeah, I think it's a good comeback with Jesus. Getting a good striker goal. Merino as well getting a goal, which is somebody I want to see do more.
He wasn't great during that game, though. This guy's a little weird.
I think you'll see the best of him next year. Like this year, he's still finding his feet in the. You can see his attribute, right? But you don't actually see the actual. What's the word? The actual results on the field yet, but you can see his attribute. You can see what he can bring to the team. But I think this year is still a little bit. It's still finding its feet a little bit.
I was expecting a little more just because from seeing him in La Liga as well. I thought he would be the perfect A for you guys, but. Like you said, it does take time. Some players they need a year, they need a few months or whatever.
Merino is more like I think it's more like a Ramsey type, just somebody who will break into the box, but it's not going to do anything flashy with the ball. It will just get it and release it, and then make that late run. That's what pretty much it does. And I think when he gets acclimatized, he gets a good run in the team and gets acclimatized with the team a little bit more, that we'll see the fruits of it. But right now, it's true that he hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been great either. I mean, I'm not sure what people were actually expecting of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing okay. I obviously, like I said, from seeing him, I thought, he would get more like goals with his profile, and like you said, he is a Ramsey type. He's a guy that just kind of roams. I mean, he's an 8. That's what 8s do. They don't. Exactly. They're not flashy. They keep it moving, and then they pop up where you don't expect, and then they bang it in. You know, like that's what they do. So. Yeah, I thought he was gonna get more goals than he has, but I mean he's doing all right. He's not. I'm not saying he's doing bad or anything, but we'll see. Obviously, as the season goes, we'll see what he can do. But yeah, definitely bringing a striker, you guys will be a big boost for you guys, and maybe if you can bring even an extra attacking player, that would be good. I've seen some guys that you guys are linked with. I think they'll be expensive signings, but it seems like you guys have the money, so.
Yeah, Amad Diallo looks perfect replacement for.
We'll see about that. But I think I saw the one guy that would be good. I don't know if he can make the step up yet, but Retegi at Atalanta would be a good guy because I watched when they played you guys in the Champions League. Like
who?
Retegi at Atalanta.
Retegi, the striker.
Yeah. When they play you guys in the Champions League, like. The way he was holding up the ball against Saliba, I've never seen somebody like hold the ball against Saliba like that.
You know, there's two players that I've seen like giving Saliba a lot of work, right? It was this guy Retegi and Mateta, but Mateta just
Mateta is a unit, man. He's a unit.
He gave both of us center back a hard time. Man, this man were not winning anything. I'm like, boy, this guy is a unit. Like to see Gabriel and Saliba suffer the game that we actually smashed them 5-1, but the way they suffered, like.
He's a good player, man. So that'll be interesting. I don't know if he can make that bigger step because that is a big step from Atalanta to Arsenal, but we'll see. But yeah, the transfer window will be interesting. I mean, it feels like everybody kind of needs somebody. So, I know some have money, some don't. So, it'll be interesting to see what teams do. Yeah.
Right. And lastly, I just want to talk about Newcastle real quick. They seem to be on a resurgence right now. They've had a great run of results. And, again, there's only one man we do have to talk about. Isaac, man. Jesus Christ, this kid.
This terror. This guy's a terror. He's good. He's good. Like if he can just stay fit, we need to see more of him like this season, at least for the rest of the season. And he just needs you don't need to go the whole season. At least do like 70-80%. And if they can keep him, and especially now that they have quite a few players back, if they can keep this run.
I mean, they slapped a 150 mil. Price tag on him, so I mean, good luck to anyone who goes and try and get him.
They were never going to let him go. They were never.
Right, and I think he still have like 2 or 3 years on his contract, so they are definitely in no rush to get rid of him right now.
He's locked up, man. He's locked up. But I mean, Newcastle, at least as of late, they've been a really good team to watch. Especially the games, very exciting, very. Attacking and dominating. That's the Newcastle of 2 years ago, the Newcastle that got to the Champions League and all of that. So, I can only wish them well because they're going to make this title race to be completely nasty, if they come in there and get a good run as well. Then we're looking at the top 7 of teams that are just going to battle it out, they're taking Tottenham spot, into the conversation. They kick them to the curb, man. So they are a much better watch than Tottenham. So I'm all for it.
No, but they're doing well. And what I would say with them is their midfield is just a nasty, it's just a nasty group of players, man.
Men in midfield.
Man. They're just horrible to play against.
What?
Oh man, they're just a bunch of bullies, man. So that's that midfield is strong. And then when you have a strong midfield, you can always have a chance. So
and they can play as well, like they can bully you, and then when they get the ball,
they can play. Yeah,
Tonali is a fantastic player, man.
Yeah. Very good player.
He's a very good player. They definitely missed him when he was banned. Respects to Guimaraes. I mean, they look good, and Joe Linton as well. Like, he's a unit. He reminds me of Julio Batista that we had at Arsenal. Just a unit. He came in as a striker, but then we realized this guy can actually play a little bit midfield. Let's stick him in midfield. You know?
He's a unit, man. And I mean, they're gonna push for top 4, and like Freddie said, that makes for the title race more interesting, because when you see really even anybody in that top 7, maybe you can even stretch it to the top 9. When you see Liverpool, Villa, or Liverpool, Bournemouth, or Arsenal, Newcastle, you're interested. You know, it's not like it's only when they play Chelsea or they play.
And that's the thing, man. Like, sorry to interrupt, but there's just no easy games no more. Like,
there's no easy games anymore. Yeah.
Bro, you go at Ipswich, you
win. Maybe the only easy game I would say
is Man U. I know what he's gonna say.
Well, maybe Man U too. I was gonna say Southampton, but because I forgot about Man U. Yeah, 2 easy games. Thank you for reminding me. Southampton and Man U.
Hey, I wouldn't even argue with that, honestly.
Because when you go to Ipswich, horrible. Maybe Leicester is a little bit easy as well. But Ipswich is a horrible team to beat. I mean, like they're just hard to beat, man. They'll brand you out. You'll have to work to get the win.
But Bournemouth as well. I think
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth away is a horrible game because their stadium is tiny. Their field is so small. So they can just press you the whole game. Like we always struggle with Bournemouth away. I mean, obviously we're not great, but like even other teams as well. So it's just it makes it for a good league for sure.
Yeah, for real. There's a banana skin everywhere you go. Guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. Guys, it's been a good show today. Just a little wrap up of the league right now. We are right halfway through the league, so we just thought we'd just go do a little bit of review of just the main teams in there. If you like what we did, if you want to get involved in what we're doing right now, leave us a comment in the comment section. And please guys, for this new year, like and subscribe. All right. Appreciate it. We'll see you in the next video.
Peace out. See you later.